So euphoric from the heat. She didn't catch it. It's okay. It's all right. Toastmaster, rising stars and guests, hello. Hello. I'll say good afternoon. Have you ever heard a voice from within you screaming, "Let me out"? Your id, the part of your psyche that's associated with repressed, instinctual, or antisocial desire. I've come to a point in my life where I'm beginning to release my hold on it a little, but just enough to give my communication style a boost, so that you, the person or individual with whom I am speaking, may understand my desire to be an example, a link, a bridge between the you of yesterday and the you of tomorrow, a change maker for the better. I want to be your support. But how do I communicate that to you? Well, I could just tell you, right? But that's not enough. Over the last 3 weeks, I paid close attention to my conversation with friends and strangers alike. And what I've discovered is that how we communicated verbally, non-verbally, and visually had an impact as to how I perceived them. Which made me realize that this may very well be the rubric by which they measure my conversation. Rate, tone, volume. Verbal communication tells you whether I'm welcoming or not. Am I confident or am I shy? Am I invested in this conversation or I'm in a rush to leave? If I welcome you, I want you to feel familiar enough to have an open conversation, not concerned about being judged. This is the environment or atmosphere I wish to provide you. But verbal communication can only get me so far. I have a supportive personality. And knowing this, in the past I've imposed that onto my then girlfriend, expecting that she will act or respond the same as I. So I would take her here to there. I would change my schedule to accommodate her. I would cheerlead her goals and her dreams, and realize that this wasn't being reciprocated. When she would say, "Mike, I love you," what would go through my mind is, "Don't tell me, show me, baby." Because I knew that what a person does is indicative of what's in their heart. Well, I was a punk. I never told her. She never knew. Lincoln, President Lincoln said it. He said, actions speak louder than words. Right? Men, take note that nonverbal communication complements your verbal. If I were to welcome you, "Hello, Roma,"
Hello.
and I had a sourpuss on my face and I stood standoffish, would you feel welcome? No. Matter of fact, she'd probably about face and run back through the door from which she came. This is why I pay close attention to my body language in conversation. I'm mindful of my face, even if I had a bad day. Why? Because everybody has bad days. You don't need to be reminded of it. To the point that when you see me, you grimace? Ugh. No. I'll keep that to myself. It's about the experience. I want when you leave, you feel fulfilled, glad that you've met me. Which brings me to my third form of communication, visual. Now, some of you may say, well, hold on, Michael. Isn't visual a part of nonverbal? And I'd say yes. But I want to hold visual presentation separate from behavior. How you carry yourself speaks volumes. There's a man on the floor where I work. He always looks sharp. Not trendy, not snazzy, not rich, but sharp. Like his clothes were tailored for him and dry cleaned. This may not be the case. But to see a man like this, you come to certain assumptions. I start to think, oh, he must be about something. Oh, he must be smart. Oh, he must be held in high regard, in a high position. Ladies and gentlemen, he could be the intern for all I know. Having realized this, it has weighed heavily on my heart, no pun intended, that I've allowed the years to attack me, and I haven't defended myself. So now I go to the gym. I watch what I eat. I watch how I dress. I shave. I exfoliate. I feel so good about it. Why? Because assumptions are made the moment someone lays eyes on you. And because attractive and healthy individuals seem to have more going for them. Right, Josh?
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Thus, it is important for me to relate to you that I am approachable, that I am sincere, but the message will only get through to you plainly, incontrovertibly, if I say it verbally, non-verbally, and visually. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been my pleasure to relate to you my 3 forms of communication. And I hope that not only did you find this entertaining, but you can take from my experience and from my enlightenment some form of edification for your lives. Thank you very much.
Hey, John, like, oh, yeah. If everyone would like to take 1 minute and fill out an evaluation form for Michael. Oh, and once you're finished with your evaluations, please vote for your favorite speaker, or best speaker, and pass those over to maybe Chris as
Okay.
the general evaluator. That's a good idea.